Hey everyone, thank you for joining me. Today I'm going to be talking about emotional loneliness, where it might come from and methods to heal from it. If you like my content, please subscribe, like, and share. I appreciate all of you so much. Emotional loneliness is something so many of us suffer from. When we say the word abuse, it's easy to understand what that is. But it's harder to understand where emotional loneliness comes from because it's more from something that was lacking, more of a neglect. Also, it could have been hard to realize at the time it was happening because it was all you knew. It was your norm. A lot of the time it stems from our childhood, where we develop our initial belief system. An old school way of thinking was if the parent provides food and shelter, they were considered a good parent. But what if your parent was emotionally unavailable? Today we know nurturing that child is also so very important. When a parent interacts with a child, having a back and forth conversation, a parent who reaches out and enjoys their time with their child, that shows the child that they are important, seen, and loved. It teaches them communication skills, empathy, how to get along with others, and so on. Children naturally reach out to their parents for love, affection, and attention. There's a natural longing for that connection. When they are denied repeatedly and that child sees that the parent doesn't show an interest in connecting with them or to truly know them, and they don't form that healthy, loving connection to the parent, then the child will tend to believe that they are unlovable, which sets the child up for self-esteem issues that carries over into adulthood. That can look like anxiety, distrust for people, having a harder time forming healthy relationships in adulthood, codependency, fear of abandonment, and many more problems. When coming from emotional deprivation in childhood, it follows you into adulthood. You might have a belief system about yourself that leaves you feeling unseen, low confidence, low self-worth, not having a voice. You could be uncomfortable in public, finding excuses to stay home because you don't want to be in social environments. You might have thoughts that people aren't going to like you. You're going to be abandoned, helpless. You tend to put up walls thinking that you're protecting yourself. The sad part is a lot of times in adulthood, we tend to seek out relationships with people who are also emotionally unavailable. So it becomes a repeating pattern, the cycle continuing itself. I believe we go through these repeating patterns because it's the universe's way of saying, hey, this part of you needs healing. It'll keep showing up until you're able to look at it for what it is, accepting it, putting love and forgiveness into it. And the biggest part, to no longer believe it. Don't believe those limiting beliefs that came with emotional neglect. Once you recognize what it is, where it came from, and do the healing work needed, you'll have more peace and you'll be able to spot people who are emotionally unavailable much faster and know that it's not something you want to get into. You'll see it for what it is. Remembering that emotions come from your state of mind. Our emotions are a reflection of our thoughts. So by changing our belief system about ourselves into a healthier, positive mindset, we can take our power back. One way to help combat this is to remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. Finding a therapist who will support you and provide a safe space for you to speak freely, providing validation. Schedule self-care, bubble baths, massages, talk to yourself in a loving way, yoga, meditations. I have a beautiful meditation video that helps heal the inner child available. Find activities to go to in group settings, like a book club, for example, where you have a shared interest and don't need to make small talk, where it may be easier to be in social settings rather than one-on-one social events, which can be stressful. The way we talk to ourselves has a huge impact on how we think and feel. If we're constantly beating ourselves up with that inner critic, we're going to have low energy. With meditations and looking at where this all started, it can be an emotional healing process to go through. Healing work is hard in the moment, but it's so worth the effort. You are worth the effort. You deserve to heal from all that trauma. You deserve to give yourself that love that you didn't get. You deserve to have people in your life that truly love you. You are worthy. You are strong. You are lovable. You are worth it. Give yourself that same self-care to say these things to yourself because they are so true, more than you even know. You are a survivor. You are here today where you're at because of the things that happened throughout your life. Honor that. This life isn't easy.